Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. We're going to break down some solo techniques, major pentatonic, and the Mixolydian scale, and how to get in there and get some sounds out of it. Also, huge shout out and thank you to Gibson Guitar for helping me make my ultimate dream ES335. Now, you can get a guitar just like this one, or many of the other amazing instruments they make. Check the link in the description below. And now let's get to the lesson. All right, we're going to take the B major pentatonic, and we're thinking of the progression of Scarlet Begonias, or the chords of Scarlet Begonias, which the foundation, the root of the song is a B. That's 7th fret right there, or B7. But then there's two other chords, and it really is the sound of Mixolydian. It's E major, and then just the other change is A, E, B, A, E, A, E, B, A, E, B. So this is all, that's a great backdrop for this concept here. So we're going to take the B major pentatonic. Eventually we're going to just play the same thing up an octave, way up here. It's going to be easier to see here. So the first way I like to plug in the major pentatonic is with the pinky on the root. So we're going for a B, 7th fret. And if you put your pinky there, it puts your hand into that classic pentatonic shape that you usually would be thinking of as the minor pentatonic. For instance, G sharp minor pentatonic shares the same notes as this B major pentatonic. The difference is we're playing this over B. You can go below, but just that, the B note feels like home. Now, if you notice there, I had a couple little passing tones. Those are the blues notes that we usually learn as the G, as the minor pentatonic with the blues notes. But if you add that same half step, which would be right here as a passing tone, and so that's that 5th fret of the A string. And then you'd also have it right here on the 7 of the G, back to your classic pentatonic shape, which would be, 4-7, 4-6, 4-6, 4-6, 4-7, 4-7. And Allman Brothers too, the Dickie Betts scale kind of vibe. But what you can do is you can use that as the skeleton, and the half steps I'm about to show you will make it be Mixolydian. So the half steps have some extra flavors in there, and I like this position of it, and I believe, John Mayer's using this position of it a lot when he's playing the dead stuff, obviously channeling Jerry, but here I'm going to show it to you. So that's just the pentatonic, but to make it Mixolydian, we're going to add the 5th fret on the E string with that other set of that basic skeleton of the pentatonic. Next, on the A string, we're going to go 4, 6, 7, and then on the D string, 4, 6, 7. So if you can see first the pentatonic underneath that, then look at the half steps that you can add. So that pentatonic's still underneath. So I want you to think of it that way, and then look at those extra colors that are added. Now on the G string, it stays the same. Nothing new's added to it. And so that's 4 and 6. But then on the B and high E, it's the exact same symmetrical shape that we did on the A and D string. Notice they look exactly the same, so it's easy to remember. G, nothing changes. And just remember that index on that G, that's the root B. Feel how that feels like home? Right there, too. So on the B string, it's 4, 5, 7. And then on the high E, it's the same, 4, 5, 7. Now, maybe just for a minute, we just kind of focus on the D, G, B, and high E of it. And the pentatonic can always be right there instead of those, or, you take away the half steps whenever you feel like, and you get more of that major pentatonic. I started to channel Jerry there for a sec. And so I'll show you a couple of those things, right? So what we want to do is first just get the scale shape down. And then also see the pentatonic. So now if we just move that up an octave, we're going to be all the way up here. Nothing new, same fingering. Obviously the frets are closer together, but you're way up here, your pinky's on the 19th fret, and all that stuff is the same. So let me go through some of those things from that Scarlet Begonia solo, and it's really about, even though it's one scale, it's emphasizing chord tones. So it's like E, 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 B. So just on that one string, you can feel a melodic vibe over those changes. So it's right from that shape, but I'm starting on that 17th fret B, and then up a whole step, and then down to the 16, 17, 19. So then over that same set of chords. So that's nice right there. He's doing that between the 17 and the 16. And so then you've got that little 3-note shape there. That, and that. And I'm just pulling it off. Just like that. So check it out. And so that's a very specific Jerry thing right there. But over the, now it goes to the A chord. And right from that scale, there's some chromaticism, but it's laying out that A chord with this little arpeggio kind of thing, but it's still in that scale, just like that chord is in that scale. So I'm right there, up there on the 19th of the D, which is the root of the A, and then 16, 17, 18 on the G. And then that middle finger right there on that 17. So then we're doing the, and that's just like a little kind of passing tone, which is 19, 18 on the G. And then right there in that same spot, and so that brings me to a Jerry-ism right here. If you have this, a lot of times instead of, he'll go, and so if you're up there on the 19th of the B, you use all four fingers, 19, 18, 17, 16, until you get to that. Now over the E chord, he plays this little E major 7 arpeggio, but it's still all in that shape. So it's right along the 16 of the B and G, and then 18 of the D, 19 of the A, and then you have this little move. So that's 16, 19, 18, back to 16, and then 19 of the A. And then right back to that A chord. And you can do it the same exact way, or a half step lower, because it's still part of that scale. Right in that same vibe. And then you always have major pentatonic. So right here on the 18th of the G, natural whole step. And I'm hitting that Mixolydian note, not the pentatonic note. The 19 of the D. And then down that Mixolydian scale. So those same slides, he does them in lots of different spots, but on the high E, it's the same position. You could do it there. And you don't have to do it every time. You just add them for little flourishes. there was the lesson. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and also huge shout out to Gibson Guitar. Please check out the link in the description to see what they got going on in the year 2020. All right, you guys, hope to see you again real soon. See you later.